Welcome to the personality analysis video for this project. First, we have the Johari window test. All in all, I was super heartwarmed by the results of this test. I thought all the answers were so nice. The most picked words by my friends and family was 30% said kind for one of their words, 26% said cheerful as one of their words, 26% said caring, 26% said friendly, 26% said knowledgeable, and 26% said spontaneous. I also wanted to add that I got a pretty wide range of people, from my closest friends to my coach and others. Next, we have the results from the Big 5 test. I got open-mindedness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and negative emotionally. For open-mindedness, it says you are relatively open to new experiences. I agree with that. Conscientiousness says you would probably have a messy desk. Yes, I do. Extroversion, you're extremely outgoing, social, and energetic. Yep. Agreeableness, you are good-natured, courteous, and supportive. And then negative emotionally, you are generally anxious person and tend to worry about a lot of things. Also true. So I agree completely with this. The last personality test that I did was the Myers-Briggs, and I got the entertainer, or ESFP. This personality type can be described as someone who is lively, down to earth, practical, loves the spotlight, social, thrives off of making others laugh, and relaxed. And I 100% agree with this. I think that's me to a T. I'm more extroverted than introverted. I think it makes the most sense to me because when I was younger, my mom always said that we would put on shows and I was always the main star and I was always the one getting everyone to laugh. So I think it's funny that that's exactly how it turned out. Now we're going to move on to the theories. We're going to start with the humanist theory created by Abraham Maslow. The humanist psychology explains that human beings are inherently good and the basic needs are vital to human behaviors. Next is the behaviorist theory. This was created by B.F. Skinner, and he said that behaviors are learned from our environment and our surroundings, and says that innate or inherited factors have very little influence on behavior. Next is the social cognitive theory, created by Albert Bandura. The social cognitive theory is an interactive process based on observational learning and environmental factors. I know this sounds a lot like the behaviorist theory, but B.F. Skinner only focuses on the internal processes like cognition and memory, and Albert Bandura focuses on all. Next is the psychoanalytic theory created by Sigmund Freud. The psychoanalytic theory divides the psyche into three functions. The ID, which is the unconscious source of primal sexual dependency and aggressive impulses. The superego subconsciously interjects social mores, setting standards to live by, and finally the ego represents a sense of self and mediates between realities of the moment and psyche, which needs conflicts. Which is like the angel and the devil on your shoulder, the ID being the devil and the superego being your angel. It also says that the psychoanalytic theory is that the human organism is always slowly changing and bettering itself. Next is the Neo-Freudian theory created by Carl Jung. Jung theorized about how the collective unconscious personality traits consist across time and cultures, influences, and how that influences personality. It was made up of what he termed archetypes, which are primordial images inherited from our ancestors. He created the masculine versus feminine archetype, the shadow versus persona, which is the dark side and the self, and then the introvert and the extrovert, which is the most common. Trait theory by Gordon Alpert. The trait theory in psychology rests on the idea that people differ from one another based on their strengths and intensity of basic trait dimensions. There are three criteria that characterize personality traits: 1, consistency, 2, stability, and 3, individual differences. Albert also used the ocean chart to help describe people and their personalities. If you have low scores, you can have your practical, conventional, you prefer a routine for the first one. The second one, you can be impulsive, careless, and disorganized. The third one, quiet, reserved, or withdrawn. The fourth one, critical, uncooperative, and suspicious. And the last one is you can be calm, even-tempered, and secure. The high scores on those, for the first one, you can be curious with a wide rate of interest. The second one, you can be hardworking, dependable, and organized. The third one, you can be outgoing, warm, and you seek adventure. The fourth one, helpful, trusting, and empathetic. The fifth one, anxious, happy, and prone to negative emotions. those are all the theories. Thank you for listening.